What's going on, guys? Boy Joey Shake 72 coming to you guys a video right now. So Adam Schefter kind of reported, I think it was today, late yesterday or early this morning, on I guess maybe probably from NFL Network, that the Eagles are not close to making a deal for Duke Johnson, running back Duke Johnson from the Cleveland Browns. Now, we all know what's going on with that. Adam Schefter pretty much said that it took at least a month. It took just the plan getting Jordan Howard. It took a few months, and then it took at least a month and a half just to get Jordan Howard on the roster. He said that the Eagles are not even close to getting Duke Johnson right now, but give it time. Adam Schefter said that the Eagles are not done at getting a running back. They're going to add either another free agent or they're going to go in the draft. And Adam Schefter said they could add a running back or two, which is kind of nuts. So somebody is going to be on the outs, whether it's Smallwood, Josh Adams. Josh Adams more likely. But I think you can get some nice draft compensation for Wendell Smallwood coming to his last year of his rookie deal. So in which they're not going to pay him or whatever. He's not going to get paid much, of course. But mostly just a rotational back. So Adam Schefter pretty much thinks the Eagles are going to add a few more running backs. And he thinks if the Eagles go get Duke Johnson, he thinks they'll pretty much be set at the running back position, saying that this team is they're very perfect, especially in that Super Bowl run, because every running back in, Jay Ajayi and LeGarrette Blount, Wendell Smallwood, and Corey Clement, like, all of them brought something different to the table in that backfield. So you could be looking at a lot of possibilities. And Adam Schefter was praising the Eagles, pretty much saying they know how to use running backs if they have four guys that literally they're set with a few running backs in that backfield, and they're always in the perfect spot, which I believe. I totally agree with that. So it might be a little bit of time before we hear some news about Duke Johnson and what's going on. But we've got a huge chance on getting some names in here and adding something. You don't need any marquee names behind Jordan Howard. You don't need it. We have guys that are good in this system as it is right now in Corey Clement, Wendell Smallwood, Josh Adams, had a few good games last year. You could go, in the draft as well. I think Josh Jacobs is like their guy right now. I think this is all over the place because there's so many guys they probably want, but because Josh Jacobs, the running back from Alabama, is going to be visiting the Eagles on a pre-draft visit soon. So he didn't have the visit yet. It should be this week, sometime tomorrow, the next day, something like that. So he'll have him on a visit, see how that goes. And then we'll just see. We'll just have to play the waiting game. Howie's got to make more moves other than the running back position. I think we'll have our running backs in place. Just got to wait and give it time. I'm not worried about Howie Roseman and the longer it takes. I mean, we waited this long and we got Jordan Howard, and I didn't even think we were going to get Jordan Howard, and we did. So there's plenty of options. But hey, you got to figure out what you're doing with this offensive line for the future. You got to think of the depth pieces that go behind that. You got to figure out, if they're going to draft a receiver as well, because Deshaun Jackson's only going to be here for a year, 2 years, 2 to 3 years, and that's it. As long as he can stay healthy, I don't mind it. But they got to get a deep threat of the future. They got to stretch the field out. I know they were interested in A.J. Brown from the draft as well. They were kind of 3 NFC East teams are interested. The Giants and the Redskins interested in A.J. Brown as well. So a lot of possibilities that the Eagles can go out and go get somebody. And then the linebacker position is a whole animal of its own because you got nobody. You got Nigel Bradham. And you have L.J. Fort. Which L.J. Fort, everyone's bashing the L.J. Fort pickup. I don't know why, because the guy, he hasn't played much. He's been a special teamer. He started a few games, and then all of a sudden last year, late in the year, they gave him a shit ton of playing time, and he showed up. Great blitzer, great coverage. They're bringing him in for his coverage skills. He's got great coverage ability as a linebacker. So there's a lot to do with that. But that's really all. And that other guy that we got from the Lions that used to be on the Falcons for a few years, I always forget his goddamn name. but he re-signed for 1 year. So, and you don't really have any promise with him because, I'm excited to see what he could do because I hope he becomes that hungry-ass player that he used to be. So we'll see about it with that. We'll see what happens, but it's only, it's just time will tell. Time will tell. Draft is in a few weeks, guys. It's going to come real quick. So that's really it, guys. That's what I want to talk about. So Adam Schefter pretty much is nothing's really happened. Apparently, with the Duke Johnson trade, apparently the rumor is it's supposed to be a 4th-round pick. It's supposed to be a mid-round draft pick, about a 4th-rounder. So I think that's pretty fair compensation for Duke Johnson. Not too high, not too low, just in the middle, dead in the middle. Pretty good to get him for that price. So I don't mind a 4th-round pick whatsoever for him. But we'll see. We're just going to wait the coming weeks. Let me know what you guys think about this. I will see you guys later. Shakes going up. Files fly.